Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good afternoon, whatever. Oh shit, where's the butane lighter? Y'all, how we doing out there? Whatever time of day you all are watching this video. Honey, it's your girl, Chi-Town Ronnie here, reporting live from Chicago, the Windy City. Y'all, last night we had some storms. We got portions of the city that are out of energy right now, out of electricity. To my Chicagoans, baby. Baby, I hope you listen. Stay safe, babies. Commonwealth Edison, hurry up and get those people together, all right? All right, and with that being said, this may actually be the fact that people don't have no power may actually be the reason why they snap, because today's transit is talking about that. Have you all ever held it together, until you were not able to hold it together anymore? You were holding your tongue, you were holding your emotions, you were holding on to your frustrations, all of that. Y'all saw my shuffle, y'all saw my pull. I got my card. For our divine downloads, we are going to be using Yasmin Boland's, her Moonology Messages Oracle. Yasmin got another Oracle deck out, and I'm going to get that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do a review on that Oracle breakdown when I get it, okay? But back to what I was talking about. Yeah, you've been holding it together. People are living under a pressure cooker these days. Our frustrations, our disappointments, all of that shit. All of that shit we've been holding down. And then one small thing happens. And that's all it takes, baby. That is the straw that broke the camel's back. And that might be this energy outage for my peoples in Chicago. That may be it. But yeah, everything starts pouring out. Today's transit, we've got the moon in Taurus. We got the moon entering Taurus. That should be smooth sailing, right? But later, that moon in Taurus is going to be squaring up with Pluto retrograding in Aquarius. How do I know that? Okay. My Llewellyn's Daily Planetary Guide 2026 volume. Go and get yours on Llewellyn's, honey. But here it is. So, like the moon in Taurus wants peace. The moon in Taurus wants no smoke with nobody, all right? It wants comfort, stability. It wants to move slowly. It wants to avoid any kind of unnecessary drama. But Pluto retrograde has a different agenda, baby. Pluto is going to expose all the shit that's been buried. Pluto is going to expose what's been avoided, what's been suppressed. It's 7:30 in the morning. I'm trying to pull it together. And when the moon, when the moon squares Pluto, emotions are going to come to the surface real fast. It's going to come real fast. Let me show you what that looks like in tarot. I need pentacles. I need my pen. Where are my four? Here we go. Four pentacles right there. Four pentacles. Yeah, what have you been holding on to? What have you been holding on to? What emotions have you been trying to keep under control? That one thing's going to hit. I saw it. Here it goes. It's going to be a tower moment. It's going to be a tower moment. Yep. You can't contain it no more. That was the last straw. The truth is demanding to be acknowledged. But let me tell you something, swear. After the breakdown always comes the breakthrough. And my breakthrough card is always the Aquarian. My star. My star. Baby, healing comes. Healing becomes possible after the emotional storm passes. Healing comes after the emotional storm passes. So you need that explosion, because all the shit that you've been comfortable suppressing, baby, it's going to come to the surface. It ain't going to come out nice. And baby, you're going to be heaving and snotting, and you're going to be embarrassing yourself. But at least the shit is out there, baby. And when the shit is out there, there is no more pretense. There's no more pretense. You can proceed to your healing. Your healing is on the other. Your healing is on the other side of this breakdown. But you've been holding on to the shit for far too long, baby. So, this energy today, it's going to feel calm at first. It's going to be slow, steady, and predictable. But underneath the surface, baby, something bigger is bubbling up. We got that. We got a volcano. What's brewing underneath, baby? And when we blow, we're going to blow. All right? Old emotions, old frustrations, old wounds. Things that you've been trying not to deal with. And then something's going to happen. A conversation, a trigger, a realization, and then suddenly the emotions is going to come bursting through the surface. All right? Let me go about it this way. Most emotional explosions don't happen just because of one moment. They don't happen because of one trigger. They happen because of many moments, and people often suppress their feelings because they want to keep the peace. They want to avoid the conflict. They don't want to have difficult conversations. They try to avoid uncomfortable truths. But emotions don't disappear just because they get ignored. They accumulate. And eventually the nervous system reaches its limits, and that's when the bill comes the bill is going to come, to be paid. That's when you got to pay that bill. And what looks like an overreaction is often a buildup finally finding its way out. The goal isn't to suppress your emotions. And it's not to explode either. A breakthrough happens. Let me take my time with this, y'all. A breakthrough happens when you become honest about what you're feeling before it reaches a boiling point. Your emotions are internal data. It's information. And they're trying to tell you something. So you got to listen before they start screaming. You got to remember something, y'all. Nothing can be healed while it remains hidden. Nothing can be healed while it remains hidden. And what comes to the surface today, it's not here to punish you. It's here to free you. Awareness is the first step towards transformation. Awareness requires responsibility. So the shit that you're aware of, now what you going to do with it? Yeah. Let me give you all an affirmation. Here it goes. We're going to affirm today, especially for today, because we're going to be gentle with ourselves, all right? We're going to affirm. I allow truth to rise gently to the surface. I allow truth to gently rise to the surface. We ain't got to be Mount Vesuvius. All right? So pay attention to what triggers you today. Pay attention to what gets an emotional reaction out of you today. And instead of asking, why am I so upset or something like that, ask yourself, what is this trying to show me? What is this trying? Because there may be there's going to be definitely a deeper issue underneath the immediate reaction. There always is. And remember what I always say, whatever triggers you controls you. So you want to release that. You want to get you want to release the stranglehold that a trigger has on you. Yeah. Yeah, you got to ask yourselves, babies. Ask yourselves, what feelings have you all been carrying that's asking to be acknowledged, expressed, or healed? All right? All right, so y'all saw my shuffle, y'all saw my pool. Again, Moonology messaging from Yasmin Bolin. And we got all right. Go for it. Reach for the moon. All right. Allow yourself to feel what you feel, babies. Go for it. Go for it. You need to free yourself. You need to free yourself. Baby, this card right here is saying you got the green light. You all got the green light. This is fresh energy. This is a chance to start or try something new. Try to move on. Try to move to something that's been calling you, like having that difficult conversation right here. Let me ask you something, y'all. What is the one thing you would do if you would stop talking yourself out of it? What would you do if you stopped talking yourself out of it? Because a lot of, you know what, I need, wait a minute. Here we go. This is giving me Ace of Wands energy right here. And for our wands, and for our wands, this is my air signs, my Aries, my Leo, my fire signs, my Aries, my Leos, and my Sagittarians. Pay attention. This is for everybody, but for my air signs, I want you all to pay attention. The first step is usually the hardest, because that first step, it's the one that breaks the cycle of hesitation. So you all been thinking about this long enough. This right here is your sign to move. This right here is your sign to make your move. And we're going to affirm. We're going to affirm. Come on, ancestors. Work with me. Asking you shall receive. Here we go. I trust myself enough to take the next step. I trust myself enough to take that next step. That's it. That's all. Y'all, stay on assignment. Your assignment is your alignment. When it gets too heavy, close your eyes and ask the universe to show you how good it can be. All right? Y'all stay blessed. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.